Hello, gorgeous ones. Welcome back to training number two. So this one might ruffle a few feathers, but I'm here to give you the truth and not just follow trends. So you have probably heard, I'm sure you have, just raise your vibe, stay positive, good vibes only, yada yada. But I'm calling bullshit on it because you are a human being, right? You're not a robot. So you are supposed to feel a full range of emotions, whether that be grief, whether it be anger, whether it be fear, whether it be shame, whatever it is. They are not low vibe, okay? They are information. And yes, they carry a frequency because this is the science part. Everything has a frequency, everything is energy. We all have a frequency that we are vibrating at. That's where vibe comes from. But when you are in those lower frequencies, that is your information. Whereas what we're taught to do, because it's more comfortable for everyone else and for everyone around us, it's more comfortable when we're a child, it's more comfortable and it's easier for people to manage us when we suppress these feelings. But that's exactly what we do. When we force positivity, we suppress those feelings, we suppress our shadow, and whatever we suppress is going to fester. And what you resist persists. Okay. And your nervous system, your body knows when you're faking it. And this is why, if you've ever used affirmations, and I love affirmations, by the way, but there's a way of working with them effectively. If you don't believe them, you'll be saying them and you'll be like, yeah, this is bullshit because I feel like shit. I'm grieving or I'm afraid or whatever it is that you're going through. So there is really no point in forcing joy when actually you're really hurting. Okay. We do it to make other people feel comfortable. If ever you've been in a situation, you've put on a brave face. We've all done it. I've done it in social situations, when actually I have been going through grief or through heartbreak and I'm still showing up and putting on that brave face. But what we really want to make sure we're doing is even if it's, not appropriate in that situation and we are putting on that mask for the benefit of others is why we do it. So they don't get uncomfortable with our feelings being expressed. But you've got to have that outlet. You've got to allow those emotions to flow because their energy in motion. That is the emotion, energy in motion. When you stop the motion, you just hold on to it. And your body, therefore, has to do something with that energy because energy can't be destroyed, right? It can only be transmuted, it can only be changed into something else. So, what alchemy is, we're changing the energy into something else, but we're changing it into something good that we want. But what happens if we just suppress those emotions is our body goes, oh, okay, well, I've got to do something with this. So it can make you poorly, it can make you sick, it can create diseases, which is just dis-ease in the body. And it will then manifest as things outwardly as well. Okay. So whenever you're talking about frequency work, whenever you're looking into frequency work, it's not about fake happiness, it's about wholeness. And if you're in the academy or you're coming into the academy, we don't bypass pain. We alchemize it, we use it because we want to shift that frequency through your reprogramming, through your nervous system, through your body, through healing, through energy work, but that honors you as a human and your full self. And this is where we are often going wrong. And I've seen it actually called out as like spiritual gaslighting, and it absolutely is. Because if you do deem yourself to be spiritual and want the best for people, the best for yourself, you're doing yourself a disservice by suppressing your emotions when they're there as signals for you. So, what I want you to take from this today is that your power lives in your truth. Okay. Not in pretending that you're fine. And this can show up in a number of ways. But if you're ever feeling afraid about stepping out of your comfort zone, for example, or you feel imposter syndrome and like you don't belong or that you're not capable or good enough to do something, this is a good signal that it's your frequency and your suppressed emotions that need shifting. Okay. And if you are a coach or in a similar role, again, like we said in the last training, you will struggle to help your own clients process emotions effectively if you haven't learned how to process your own, because we want to feel and process and release, not just intellectualize what emotion is occurring. We want to actually do something with it. And when you learn how to do that, the emotions can then flow and can be processed and alchemized in minutes rather than taking months or years to release. And this is why, people end up in therapy for years on end, because actually they're speaking with someone who also doesn't know how to help you process your emotions. So it doesn't have to take a long time at all. And therapy absolutely has a place. I've had therapy myself, but I did find myself going round in circles and telling the same stories on repeat rather than actually processing what was going on inside me and actually working with those emotions and going, oh, this is where they're coming from. This is why I feel them. And what I can then do with that. So the main reason for this training is just to say to you, be brave and be honest with yourself and look at where you have been conditioned or forced into that high vibe, into that positivity, instead of just being honest. Okay, because when we're honest and when we can connect to ourselves on a human level, one, you have so much more respect for yourself. And if you respect yourself on that kind of level, the respect that you see then in your outer world and that you receive from other people is going to be absolutely phenomenal. So if you've ever like experienced, I don't know, like clients or customers who are being disrespectful or partners who are being disrespectful, your boss, um, someone at the supermarket, like anyone who's showing up who isn't showing you a level of respect that you would appreciate, are you showing yourself that level of respect? And quite often we're like, yeah, of course I am. I'm so respectful and so like kind to myself. But actually, are you suppressing your emotions when they show up? Whether they can be positive emotions as well. And sometimes we're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't like be so happy, especially, if people around you are going through something that is difficult for them. We can suppress our emotions when they're positive as well and hide them because we don't want to be like, oh yeah, everything's going great for me when it's not for other people that were around. So this does work both ways. It's not just the more what we class negative emotions, but any emotion you feel is supposed to be acknowledged, processed, and utilized. It's there as a signal. So I hope this lands for you. I hope that you are able to resonate with this and see where perhaps you're storing those emotions away and brushing them under the carpet, and how that therefore is potentially impacting on you. And I just want you to know that it's okay to feel. That is the big message from this one, that it is okay to feel. I encourage you to feel all the feels. Okay, my loves. I hope you have enjoyed. Enjoy your workbook, enjoy your journal prompts, enjoy your reflection that'll land tomorrow, and I will see you soon. Mwah!